Okay, good morning, friends. We'll start another final API 570 question. What is the height of raised face on regularly furnished class 300 raised face flanges? This 0.06. You can see 16.5. Then you will find that. I'm not going to that on that one. You have to find out. In a piping system, NPS4 seamless material A53 grade B, the thickness near the weld is 0.18 inch, 0.18 inch. The system is designed to operate 675 psig at 500 degrees Fahrenheit. What is the actual remaining corrosion allowance? It is 675 into 4.5 is the diameter divided by 2 into 1900. You go for a 53 grade B and 500 degrees Fahrenheit. So you get 1900. So from that it is 0.08 and thickness near the weld is this and remaining is this. Actual remaining corrosion allowance. Because 0.08 is needed thickness. So the remaining is corrosion allowance. Which of the following are non-essential variables for SMAW? Change in groove design. Non-essential. Essential is change of electrode, change of PWST. Electrode means F number. Change of welding process. So you cannot change it. When designation of an injection point circuit for the purpose of inspection, the recommended upstream limit for the injection point circuit is so minimum 12 inches, 3 pipe diameter. So minimum is 12 inches and 3 pipe diameter if it is more than that. That means that greater of. The process in which the ferrous metal is heated to a suitable temperature above the transformation range and subsequently cooled in still air is normalizing. The advantage of isotope radiography is it is not an ignition source in the presence of hydrocarbons. Can be performed by anyone? No. Cannot supply a permanent? No. Detect all defects in a pipe weld? Okay. Is not an ignition source in the presence of hydrocarbons. So that is the best part. There is no problem for hydrocarbons. Piping circuit 300 long operates 500 degrees Fahrenheit. What is the linear thermal expansion of 106B piping? So 106B, go for 500, you find 3.7 and into 3. That's 3.7 per 100 inch. It is 300 foot. So it is 300 foot. Page 392. Directly 419 you can put on the top. The employer may accept a performance qualification made up for another employer provided the inspector specifically approves. Guided band specimen for welder qualifications shall have no open defects in the weld heat affected zone exceeding 1/8 inch. The inspector is reviewing a radiograph of pipe weld half inch thick. What is the hole type IQI designation? The penetrometer is placed on the source side. This is 17. Already we discussed, I think so. in the previous question. In the piping system, the accelerated corrosion occurs all because of high velocity flow, because of location where there is no flow, injection point circuit, or accelerated corrosion. So what is P number? SA414 grid A. 1. What is the minimum thickness of class? So you can go for QW422 and find in the section 9. You can find this. What is the minimum thickness of class 1500 MPS for blind flange? You go for the table 2C, not 20 now, it is changed. I think so. 16.5. You'll find these 1500 MPS and 4 blind flange. The preheat zone shall extend at least 25 1 inch beyond each edge of the belt. During procedure qualification, how many nick break specimens are required if the pipe is NPS 8 and S18 0.5 well? It is not required because if there is we are not doing any nick break for SME. The owner shall maintain appropriate permanent and progressive records of each piping system. The records shall include system service classification identification numbers. The maximum carbon content of a mild steel deposit is 0.2% carbon. It is low carbon 0.06 to 0.25 and medium carbon 0.2 to 0.5 and high carbon 0.5 to 1.6. So 0.2 is the answer. 0.02 is the answer. 0.2 is the answer. So what is recommended preheat temperature for 1/4 thick carbon steel? 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Three 30.1 point. So it is really speaking, if it is greater than 0.3, then it is 200 Fahrenheit. But if it is less, it is 50. I still have doubt in this question. There is no real answer for this. It should be 200 degrees Fahrenheit or 50 degrees Fahrenheit. there is a carbon steel percentage difference is there. If it is less than 0.3, then it is 50. Greater than 0.3, it is 200, not 175. Okay, an alternative of inspection of buried piping is leak test the system with liquid at a pressure of at least 10% greater than the maximum operating pressure. The F number of SFA 5.1, 5.5 is 1, 2, 3, all. Go for QW 432 IX. As a part of general maintenance, any repair organization may make repairs of piping system as long as the inspector is satisfied with the competency of the repair organization. Welder joint 2.25 CR1 MO steel exposed to elevated temperature of 800 degrees Fahrenheit or over may be subjected to temper embrittlement because continuously exposed to higher temperature than this 2.25 chrome 1 moly will have temper embrittlement. What is the allowable undercut for a branch of category D service, both B and C? So less than equal to 1 by 32 inch, less than equal to 1 milli. Which is slower PMI method? Chemical spot testing. So what is the position when the pipe is horizontal and fixed? 5G. Horizontal rotated 1G and fixed is 5G. API 570 provide detailed discussion of inspection in in-service piping belts. TML scan eliminated for piping system with which of the following characteristics? Low potential for creating an emergency in the event of leak. When determining the corrosion rate, the formulas of API 570 may be used for published data on piping system of the comparable service and owner user experience. The owner user shall maintain appropriate permanent and progressive records about each piping system covered by API 570. This may be done by computer-based system. When the corrosion rate of piping circuit cannot be determined, the initial thickness measurement determination shall be made after no more than 3 months. When evaluating radiograph of 2 and 1/4 inch thick steel piping, what is the maximum geometric unsharpness? So above 2 inch is 0.03, up to 2 is 0.02, above 3 is 3 inch is 0.04, like that. But I don't think this is 0.07 is there. What is the test position when the pipe is vertical 2G? The location markers which are appear on the radiographic image on the film shall be placed on part. What is the required tolerance for the flange thickness for NPS 16 inch? +5 -5 mm. If the soil resistivity is 500 ohm cm, what is the inspection interval? So greater than 5000, 10, 10 years. Diameter on each piece of magnetizing equipment shall not deviate by more than 10%. The welder tested in one half-inch thick pipe of 5G position. How many phase bends are required for this test? One phase bend. I. Okay, one face bend and one root bend, not side bend. If it is side bend, then two. So what is the minimum operating temperature that normalized if 516 grade 70 plate can be used without impact testing? -20. You have to go to table and find out. Bellow expansion joints should be inspected visually for misalignment. A welder is tested on half in thick plate. How many faces are required for the test? The face bend, one. How many face? No, no, this will. How writing English? How they are writing English. During the final 4 hours of buried piping test, which was repressured to 125 psi, the gas fell to 5%, so it is passed within 5%. The WPS is written qualified procedure to provide direction for making production welds to code requirement. The steel that hardens during cooling in an air from a temperature above its transformation range is air hardened steel. A pipe welder successfully passed 6G pipe test. The welder can weld in all positions. A radiograph may be produced without a written procedure if you cannot do. Without written procedure, you have to have a written procedure. You must. The work necessary to restore the piping system to a condition suitable for safe operation at the design condition is repair. So material in the form of ring used to support molten metal is called backing ring. The excavator radiation is determined by the use of a lead beam on the back of the film holder. So who shall have the overall responsibility of compliance with API 570 and for establishing requirement for inspection, repair, alteration, and re-rating? Owner user. During a procedure qualification test on pipe that is 3 by 8 inch thick, how many side bends are required if the face and root bends are acceptable? Side bend is known face because root bend and face bend are allowed. In a standard technique, the temperature of penetrant and the surface of the part to be processed shall not be below 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Small bore piping is piping that less than or equal to NPS2. Excess water washable penetrant shall be removed with a water spray. The water pressure shall not exceed 50 psi. We'll stop here.